friendship that'll never ever end.
Hi guys! Today we talk with Vagabond City and Takapuna's manager, Amol Singh. Now, I have to tell you something. I've been going a little bit crazy today. It's been about 2 hours. And I've been trying to get the background, which you're about to see behind me. But I just can't figure it out. In this video with Amol Singh, you will see and hear a lot about a lady in leather, the past, the present and the future, a man with a big old hammer, and of course, things from another perspective. So, come along and let's see what Dr. Singh has for you.
All right.
My friend, my brother, my man. Oh, sorry, just having a civil emergency here.
Another COVID alert.
Amol Singh! Hello and welcome to 7 Days of Flesh
How's it going, brother?
Oh, bro, pretty good. I've had a
Doing well,
experience. How are you?
I'm good. Doing well over here. Making a pork roast at home right now, so it's pretty awesome. Looking forward to a good interview.
My second favorite type of roast. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That's interesting coming from a vegetarian. How have the last 7 days of Flesh and Blood in New Zealand or in general? How have you been? What's been going on, my man?
All right, so the last 7 days of Fab have been insane. Like with all the previews dropping for Crucible, it's just been like new conversation every day about what class is going to be out there to play, what's going on with everything, and how the game's going to evolve. A couple of big ones for myself, like from my point of view, are I play Bravo, and I'm looking to play Ranger and Wizard. Ranger and Wizard look fucking amazing, like absolutely amazing. Like Ranger itself, new card, Poison the Tip, just seems invaluable in the deck. You hit your opponent with anything, they discard a card. They try to like take the hits for blocking for a next turn. Nah, they just lose their hand.
Yeah, and is that the one that you, with your store Vagabond Games, spoiled the other day?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah,
absolute game breaker of a card.
Yeah, it's just absolutely insane. Like, you just go like, you can play blue arrows off it for 2 damage and go, you should block this or lose a card. And they're like, well,
it's only 2.
I'm going to block a card then. I'm just going to waste my time on this blue Sikkim shot. And you go, okay, thank you. And like, do you want to waste it on this yellow Sikkim shot as well? So, well, how about this? I'll just throw my hand away and like, we just call it a game. Or at least a turn anyway.
I can't keep up with all these new Ranger ones, let alone the Wizard and all the other classes. Any other Ranger stuff that really jumps out at you?
Yeah, there were a couple of other ones, like the new traps. Those are very cool.
Yeah.
Like both of them are very nice. I don't have the names on me right now, but like definitely. It's just more there, like just seeing like what's coming out and what's it about. But I think Ranger will definitely see a lot more play coming up. You will see a lot more of it. It's just going to be a much more interactive deck. It's going to play a lot more like a rogue who's on the go, ducking and diving, running around the battlefield, like trying to reload his bow, trying to shoot at his opponent, that sort of thing. I think that's what we'll see more of.
One of the big, of course, all of the 8 current classes in Flesh and Blood are extremely flavorful, but I think of all the classes, Ranger has had the most people raving about the level of flavor. Well. It feels like a Ranger sort of thing. Do you think so?
Yeah. It doesn't feel like any of the other heroes. Like everyone else is like, I play my attack actions, I do my thing, and it's quite similar. But like, at the same time, it's also unique for their class. But Ranger is actually like, no, I play out of the arsenal.
You feel like a Ranger. You're actually like role-playing something almost. It's cool.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Wizard looks amazing. His new gauntlet, can't remember the name of it. I just call it the Kamehameha Gauntlet because you sacrifice it and like fire a blue beam of energy.
That's cool.
Go Goku and Gohan fighting Cell.
Oh man, you're taking me back to 2007. Whew.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, any other big spoilers? Any big cards that have jumped out so far, or you're a huge
Actually, I've got
fan?
to go give a shout out to my boy Bravo getting some new cards. I can't remember the name of it. The +10 aura, which
Oh,
stacks into like red and yellow as well at 8, 9, 7. Sorry, at 8 and 9 as well. All three versions are mental. They're absolutely mental. Like the blue version itself can still be played like for +8. It's just like running a blue Slogism, just a lot bigger.
yeah,
And
and it fits with the other stuff a bit more, and of course it says Guardian on the card, so that helps.
yeah, it is a little harder to set up because it specifically says Guardian attack actions. So it means you got to start giving up your, like, if you want to play Command and Conquers, that sort of thing, you might have to give them up. I don't think you have to, but like you might have to start looking at another way of playing the game. You'll probably have to also start playing potions a lot more often. I think people are going to start playing more energy potions in their decks now. I also think with other things like Crush Gauntlets, the ones for Bravo that give you you sacrifice it and your cards with Crush get +2 attack that turn. I think you need to play those. I think you need to play something like a Time Snap Potion to really get the juices flowing with that one, where you play like, say, I don't know, 3 or 4 attack Crush attack cards, like a Cartilage Crush into like Disable and Cranial Crush, just sort of things like that, the smaller ones.
Yeah.
So you can get like an overall higher damage amount, but you don't go for like the big shot thing, like set up for a dominated Crippling Crush for like 30.
Yeah, man, there's so many
I
options.
do think you can do now. I'm 100% sure someone will eat a 30 power Crippling Crush to the face at Nationals.
Like a legitimate one-turn kill sort of deck.
I don't even think he'll die. I think he'll just eat it.
Well, they'll be on about
I
50
think we'll
life as
see
well.
it in Bravo versus Bravo. We'll see one of them eat 30 and not die. But anyone else, I just think they're just going to eat it and just like, go, good game, sir. Let's go play something else.
And yeah, there's so many options there. I like what Hayden Dale said yesterday. I had a chat with him, and he mentioned, oh yeah, now we won't have to play sort of draft cards, or it's basically saying that because of these new cards, the overall power level of the decks is really going up. We don't need Slogisms, we don't need these commons or things like that. But
yeah.
you've given some good examples supporting that.
Yeah. So like, actually, like we can go back to Bravo. It's actually the deck I know more of. So yeah, with Slogism right now, you can set up Crippling Crush turns where you run Slogism blue through red, depending on what your turn is and how you set it up. But you'll set up with Showtime, maybe 2 Showtimes with a Time Snap Potion right now, into a Slogism, into like blue to red Slogism with a Crippling Crush. So it'll net you anywhere between 15 at the minimum, up to 21, 23 if you get a red one, plus a Goliath Gauntlet and a couple of Potions of Strength with Dominate. So like those sorts of things will be gone, and they'll be replaced by, here's the what is that card called? I'm going to look this up because this is quite frustrating.
Yeah, well, there's so many different ways to set these things up, and one of those small details about the game is you can have the blue, the red, or the yellow, and
yeah, I
so
think we're
many
going to see
different
actually more people playing more red and yellow cards in the decks that don't have them. So like with Guardian example, like currently the deck plays about, say, 40, give or take, like what number you're happy with, about 40 blue cards. I think we might see decks. Yeah, I think we might see decks with like 30.
Balance it out a bit more aggressive, quote unquote.
Maybe not so much aggressive, but just like the harder hitting, because Guardian does hit hard, yes, but like it's blue attacks in like the current sets and all that. They only hit for about 6 or 7. It's in the
Only
grand scheme of
7, yeah.
things. You can take them and then just like come back and go, you know what? That didn't feel too bad. Whereas like now you can like power them up past like 15, 20 points, and you go, okay, that's like, what are we doing with these cards now? Like I'm losing half my life total if I try to just eat this thing.
Yeah, man. What are you're staring down 20 damage coming at you, minimum.
Oh yeah.
Scary stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yowie wowie.
Yeah.
Did you find the card?
No, unfortunately not. I found my nice Ranger cards.
That's good.
Like Tripwire Trap. That thing is fucking nuts. Like let's go into that. Let's go into
Trap,
Tripwire
yeah.
Trap. Because I will be playing I will be playing like Ranger a bit more coming up, and this card looks amazing. So like two things, obviously 0 cast, very nice. It's a defense reaction trap, so you can use it out of the arsenal as it says on the card. But the best part of it is hit effects don't trigger this chain link unless attacking hero pays 1 extra. That part is insane.
That adds up, eh?
Yeah, so anyone who's trying to like just hit you with like an extra trigger effect. So this stops anything from Command and Conquer to most of Bravo's crush cards, unless he pays an extra 1, because sometimes he doesn't want to. Sometimes he's only got the extra amount for it.
And they'll be doing a lot of math, and they'll be paying exactly what they want. And now they're going to have to put
this card also. This card also will like be a great one for the community who goes, oh, how do we beat like Rogers and his Bravo deck? It's like that's right, and his Dash deck. It's like Dash is a hit trigger deck. It's got a lot of hit triggers in it.
That's cool. Yeah, that's a really good point.
So this will force you to burn extra resources, which you would get for free anyway. But the reason the deck's insane is because he's getting free resources and we're not costing him anything for them.
Yeah, Admiral Akbar would be proud.
Yeah. And he'd be like, yeah, that's true. He'd be like asking, what sort of trap is it?
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap, all right.
Oh, man. And, yeah. Hey, let's... Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, that's all good. There's another one card that I like for Bravo, which I just thought of now. It's Emerging Dominance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, that I thought was a really cool common. Like, I think it's actually still playable in the mainstay of the deck because it gives you everything you need from Emerging Power. But
Can
it
you
also
refresh
gives you
me? I'm lost on this one.
Okay, I'll read out the text for you. So, at the beginning of your next action phase, destroy Emerging Dominance. Then the next Guardian attack action card you play gets +3 attack and dominate. This is the red version of it. It costs 2, just like Emerging Power. It also defends for 3, just like Emerging Power. But the key part is this thing gives you dominate as well. So it's just so it's just a straight update on the existing card. So like you were saying, like draft cards and stuff being taken out of decks, this will be a non-draft card.
Yeah,
this will be a non-draft card, like going the way of it.
powerful stuff. All right, man. Yeah, the Legend Story Studios team, they just outdo themselves with every new card that we see. Can you tell us, well, first of all, what do you do here in Auckland City, my friend? Tell us, what do you get up to with your days? Well, yeah, we'll say with your days. What do you get up to?
Well, these days, we've got the COVID running around, but when pre-COVID, we were running Vagabond. I am the manager for Vagabond Games in Auckland City, and we now have 2 stores. So see us in Takapuna and the city centre if you need anything. But for the most part, we just try to specialize in retail. Like most people think we're just a gaming company, but we try to make sure that the retail portion of it actually gets the product to the customer. Excuse me. Oh, got the Rona.
Oh wow,
it's going around. That's me voice it's game over. No, but in all seriousness, we just specialize in trying to make sure that the retail portion of gaming is taken care of. So if you're ever looking for a product, you come to us, we go, snap, it's there, it's available for you. But also we do provide gaming areas as well for the learn to play portions of it. So when you come in, you go hey, I want to learn about this game. We just come in and go, hello, come and see this games person specialist, and we will talk to you.
That's cool, man. That's really, really awesome. Hey, just on that note of whatever product you need, we'll try and get it to you. Is it true that Welcome to Wrath is completely sold out in New Zealand?
That is correct. So
and that's kind of a good thing. What do you tell us more about this?
Okay, I think this is an amazing thing. From a retail point of view, absolutely terrible because I've got no more Welcome to Wrath Alpha Edition, which will probably have some sort of secret Heart of Fendel version in it. We don't know. It's all speculation.
Maybe they're only in the alphas.
Everyone's saying oh, there's not going to be a heart in the unlimited one. I'm thinking, no, that would be dumb. It would make hearts automatically $5,000 or something ludicrous like that.
Yeah.
I put the moon one, so I would be happy. But no, I think with this unlimited edition and alpha print stuff. So the game, obviously, it's not even a year old. Through the entire pandemic and whatnot, it's still managed to sell out. That's just a testament to the quality of the game. It's going to be around for later. It's going to be one of those things we'll see 20 years down the track, people will be like, oh yeah, you can play Magic, but there's this game as well.
Absolutely. If Magic's still around.
Yeah. If it is, like, Wizards of the reprint. Yeah. Like, but anyway, it is correct. We can't actually order Welcome to Wraith right now, and there will be an announcement from LSS. I think it's tomorrow on the 25th. I think it's tomorrow morning, saying like, hey, this is what's going to be happening. So we all look forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be a big announcement.
But also, it does include a update for Arcane Rising as well. So look out, guys. There might be like no Arcane Rising First Edition anymore. Might change something. Maybe like legendaries will change. Maybe they'll be like gold instead of silver. I don't know. Or maybe they'll go copper because there's those new copper cards in Crucible.
Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I saw
maybe the copper's not just maybe copper's not just reserved for like the currency token. Maybe it's going to be a type of card.
Yeah, well, I saw there's some card, something draw 2, and it says you can either pay 3 copper or 2 silver or 1 gold.
Oh, it's cashing in. That card looks amazing.
How cool is that?
Okay, that thing is insane. That's like the coolest card I have seen in the spoiler that generates more questions than answers. Yeah. 1, it's a generic card. 2, it's Fordica. It's I believe it's Fordica. Someone can correct me if that's wrong. But it's either you pay 4 copper, 2 silver, or 1 gold, and you get to draw 2 cards and go again. Sick bit is you get to go again. So like if you just have like copper, and from what I can see, it's just Warrior that generates copper. You can have these sick Warrior turns of I'm gonna cash in, like draw like 4 cards in a turn, and then just open up with like 3, 4, 5 weapon attacks. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but like it seems like it's possible because you got Twinning Blade, you've got like the regular like refraction bolters and stuff like that, and you've also got just a generic Dorinthia who allows you to attack multiple times with the Dawn Blade, or even like the new one, the Sinai Scimitar Saber type thing.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about her for a little bit. The name, again, that escapes me. But one thing that I realized, it said something, I can't even remember, but the point that I'm attempting to try and possibly make is, she very clearly uses the 2 swords.
Oh, yeah. The Kassai Warrior, it's like Warrior Freeblade or something. I saw a preview earlier today about it.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that one? And so far it's just the young hero at the 20 life Blitz format. What do you think?
Yeah. I get the feeling that it might just be a Blitz hero for now. Maybe it's LSS's way of like going, hey, these are the 6 new heroes we were going to create, but we already know that like we're going to miss something in development. So here, you guys try it. And maybe like we will find, maybe, who knows, like one of us might be like lucky enough to become the guy who goes, oh yeah, I found out this hero's insane with this card, and maybe they'll change it for us, and maybe we'll like have credits from them going like, hey, thank you for like supporting our game, which seems to be like the way so far. Seems like a nice company.
We test it for them.
Yeah. It could be. They could be like, you never know. Like I personally think they've tested it like well enough, but you never know. Like there's no such thing as not enough testing.
Yeah, well, that you've got a good point there. Hey, let's just I've got a question. Let's go back to that sort of retail thing again, because
Yep.
I think, of course, being a store manager, you've been around Auckland gaming and retail for quite some time, and
exact timing would be honestly 20 years since I was 15 years old. Yeah, I'm fossil, man.
I imagine that you have many perspectives, and you would be seeing a lot of things that us as players or customers wouldn't even think of. Can you share any insight on that? What do you see that we don't or might not?
I do get to see both sides of the coin. I do get to see the retail side. I do get to see the business side, as well as like what players see from their side. Sometimes I might not see it as well as players from their side. Sometimes they'll never see what we do from our side. But would be some good examples, like just what goes into like running the earlier day tournaments. People didn't really understand like how much work was required for them, and like why certain things happened and whatnot. But then once more people started running them and running into the exact same problems, they were like, okay, we understand now.
A bit more
Sorry
empathetic.
about being so harsh about it. Like, so it's one of those
Be
like
nice
really
to Amol,
delayed-
everybody. Be nice to him.
Yeah, so like a lot of people so a lot of people have like actually said like, okay, I get why you like that. I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit more work than you think. We don't let on about it. You're not meant to let your customers go like, oh, you're having a hard time like trying to do your job. Just try to do the best you can with everything you got. Like, hopefully at the end of the day, your customers are happy with you, and yeah, you go from there.
I'd speak definitely on behalf of all of your customers. We're very grateful and appreciative of the retail and of the tournament organising
especially
stuff.
everyone who's been with us over the years and whatnot. Yeah, it's been a good ride.
Yeah. Speaking of the ride over the years, you know, being the bit of a boomer that you are, you know the LSS team quite well. Would you like to share any background in that relationship?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I met James when I was a kid, so like I met him at a pre-release, and he was like, he was just quite inviting. He was like a really genuine dude. Loved the game. Like, this is what Magic the Gathering. He was just quite into it, and then like. Basically, he was one of the head people for Magic Organized Play for like independent stores and whatnot, just over the years before Magic took a switch and then went, nah, no more independents, we'll just have stores only. And now Magic's gone again to go from, okay, we're not even going to have stores anymore. So
they don't even have tournaments. Or I've dissed them enough.
No, we won't go down that path on here. That just sounds like we're bagging on them, which we are.
Well, that's awesome, man. Cool.
Yeah, so like, same thing with Chris Gehring. Like, he was Yu-Gi-Oh champion like when he was in my store and stuff, and now he's like lead developer of like probably like the new classic, like, as it is going to be called. It'll be the new classic, which is Flesh and Blood. So like, he's put a hell of a lot of work into the game. He is an amazing player at every game he plays.
Yes.
Same as well with Jason Chung. That guy is just on another level. Like I played with him personally in team games. I have watched the guy, like, not in the best shape after a night out with me as a team member, and we crushed an event, and I just didn't even know what was going on. I was completely out of my depth with his plays. But even my opponents, they were just like, how did you guys do that? And it was like, that was this guy.
Yeah, man, those three, holy trinity of holy shit, know how to play a card game and design one.
Like, this guy actually came up with this really sick play. So this was a Battle Bond event. And the play was, we cast Shock on one of our guys, killing our own dude. And then we're able to, like, because it involved us killing one of our own guys, getting a graveyard trigger that made our guys unblockable. And then attacking with enough of them and then pumping them because we needed to kill one more of theirs. So we ran one of our other guys straight into them. Yeah,
well, it was just
ridiculous. Like, it was actually ridiculous. It was like this 1% play. You just think about it afterwards. You're like, never would have seen that. How did you
see that? Yeah.
Never would have seen that.
Yeah. And that's what
my giant growth and passed out.
That's what Kale was saying about Jason the other day. He said the man is on another level. And Kale won the latest Blitz tournament online yesterday, run by Card Merchant and Metrics. He won with Bravo. What do you think about Blitz, bro? Thoughts?
I think Blitz is going to be an awesome format, especially for people who are like running out of time or don't have much time as we do like initially. So like when the game came out, it was great that we could all have like 60-minute rounds and stuff. But like as we played more, we've seen that like with in-store events, people want to play more, but no one wants to play like a 6-round event after they finish work. We don't want to like play until midnight and then have to go to work the next day. So this is going to be the great substitute for it. We're going to see more of it. It's here to stay. Like there'll possibly even be like, hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll have like a Blitz section at Nationals.
Oh, there'll definitely be some side events for sure. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm hoping Nationals is a day one, and then day two. It's like here's the Blitz like second chance thing for like some sort of unique cold foil that's only available at Nationals, or some playmat which they're only going to give away at Nationals.
Blitz special. Top 8 Blitz Nationals. No, that wouldn't work.
Nah. I don't think they'll do that. I hope the nationals. I hope the nationals they do lots of booster draft. I hope they do, because people don't practice. It's like you got to learn all aspects of the game. You got to remember how to use your commons.
Exactly. Yeah, every single card matters in this game. Well, every single card has a use. You know, they all have a use.
This game doesn't have dead cards. The only thing that it has is every card is useful. It just depends on how you use it.
That's awesome, man. That's really, really cool. Hey, what is the best Blitz deck? Well, Kale just won yesterday with Bravo, but what's the best Blitz deck?
I'm gonna support my boy with Bravo. Like I think Bravo is pretty strong. I think Bravo is actually one of the most like underrated decks, because right now you only see like a one-dimensional side of it where it turns into a turtle, hits you with Crippling Crush, and people go, "Oh, I didn't see that coming." It's like, well, you really did. With 17 this time with Dominate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like it's one of those decks where people say it's one-dimensional, but it does require a hell of a lot more timing. You need to know when to set up. You need to know when to take damage. And if you can do that, you can ride out your opponent's hits, negate their attacks where you can, minimize the damage, and then set up that Crippling Crush. And that's why I think it's one of the better decks. But with Crucible coming out, there's a lot more action happening with VII, Kano, and what's the archer called? Azalea. Like those three have not been getting any love in the last few tournaments in New Zealand. Like people have been playing those decks were played a total of 8 times in the last like 4 tournaments or something. Like just 1 or 2 showing at each event. So like they were just kind of there in the background, like just to pick up the cold foil and then wave for the camera. Yeah,
give it a shot. Table 1.
So like
table 1.
I think now like you'll see more Azalea players playing just because the deck just has more utility. Like there are more cards that allow you to reload. There are cards that just interact with your opponent more. There's things that just cripple your opponent, as opposed to just going, "I'm going to shoot you for 5."
Yeah, your turn. It's scary, man. The Viscerate. I saw my new favorite artwork today. Something Volition. It's this dude making out with a nymph in the water.
That crazy little demon, and the dude's like having a pash with a mermaid or something.
And behind him, I love it. I can't remember what the card does. Discard a card or something.
The thing reminds me of the original Siren legend, where like sirens would sing to sailors and like lure them to their deaths in the ocean. That's what it reminds me of.
Very cool, man. That's awesome. Hey, we've talked about the past. We're kind of talking about the present, and of course, one of my favorite words in the whole world, mire, or in English, future. So, where do you see Flesh and Blood in 5 years? How do you fit in, and what are you most excited about?
All right, in 5 years, I see this game like definitely becoming a standard. Like,
and this is a retailer saying this also, right?
Yeah. As a retail point of view, I see this happening. But like as a player and a retailer, 5 years time, Flesh and Blood will be one of the standard top 5 games you'll play. It'll be up there with Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Pokemon. I don't know what the 5th game will be. It'll probably be whatever other game that James makes as well.
Well, it's a whole studio, right? It's not just one game.
Exactly. There's no reason to say they won't make another game. They would. Or even if they'll make like Flesh and Blood 2.0 in like 5 years' time and be like, okay, the game is amazing. But I do think what they're doing right now is pretty intense. Like they've given back more feedback, pretty much more of everything than like you get from regular companies and all regarding the games, especially when it comes to organized play. Like they want to see people playing their game, like at all points in times. And they've even gone out of their way to make non-competitive formats such as Blitz. Like sure, people play Blitz as a Blitz tournament. But you can play Blitz as a friendly casual. Like you, myself, a couple of other guys have like actually sat around a few brews playing like the original version of Blitz, which was just to pick up the original intro decks, play with your mates at 20 life, and just have a few brews and play the game.
That's a good time.
So they're onto it. They just know what they're doing, and I look forward to seeing what's happening in the next 5 years because everything's a surprise. Everything is new, exciting, and amazing. Everything is like it feels new. It's not just a rehash of something another company did.
Everything's original. Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. And I've got it's funny. I've got some notes on my screen here, and I copied and pasted, and then I edited the questions from Kale. And it said, like, what is your favorite card in class? And then in brackets, I said, I'm not going to assume it's Bravo, and I left that on there.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to assume it's Bravo.
Talking about Bravo is because me and Kale played Bravo from the start, but he had a far more open schedule to be able to practice, play, and like absorb the deck content more. I like the card because it was just a dude swinging a hammer. I just picked it because of the artwork. I was like, man, this looks like one of those like carnival strongmen. It's like, you know, if it's the hammer and goes ding. But after playing with it, like I play a slightly different version of the deck that he does. He plays for the more control-y, dominated version. I play for a more aggro version. So you'll see us playing different decks. But the deck I do want to play is Ranger. It's going to be Ranger for it, like next few tournaments. It'll definitely be up there. I think it's one of the more powerful decks. I think it's up there, and it's got enough tricks that it disrupts. So like, it doesn't matter what your opponent's playing, you will be able to like pull out a stop against them. Just be able to like hold them long enough for you to be able to shoot, I don't know, 10-shot dominated arrows at them repeatedly for a turn. Just see what they do.
Yeah, it's good. Did you see Wesley Lingard's 6-0 Ranger deck?
Yes, I saw it. That was highly impressive.
Yeah.
Part of the Iron Fist and no tunic, the man, the absolute monster, proving that you do not need legendaries to win a tournament. It is exactly like they said. Doesn't matter about the quality of the card, it depends on the quality of the player. Like that man's deck is crazy. Like, I actually had a good go through it. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing Crucible upgrades in it.
Amazing, real innovator, that guy.
Yeah,
hey,
it was very good. Yeah.
That's very cool. Now, kind of wrapping up on the way out here, but any, told you the time goes fast, it's crazy. Any,
it is.
Anything to say in general to anybody, anywhere out there? Specifically Flesh and Blood, but anything, really.
Nah, guys, just keep innovating. Just play whatever you like. Like, just keep the format going, keep the like events going. Like right now in New Zealand, we're suffering from like our level 3 lockdown, which means there would have been an event this weekend, but I think it was this weekend, or was it last weekend?
Yeah, well, no. Yeah. Are you talking about the Adept Games?
There's the Adept Game one, which is happening. I don't think it's this weekend.
Yeah,
but,
I think it is.
It's next weekend. Oh, is it this weekend?
Yeah, it's. I was talking with Marnie today, and it is really unfortunate that, of course, for safety reasons, Auckland will miss that.
Last week would have. Yeah, last week would have been the Mighty Ape one, which was unfortunate because that's another Auckland event. We would have seen Matt win that one.
Aaron Newsom was excited to give him one. And he's
like I think he should have just like just forgotten to pick him up, and we'll be all good. Nah, it's so good. So, but yeah, I think that one we would have seen like another good round of like dash and whatnot, and just or maybe a more innovation from Rangers, Viserai, and Wizard, just trying to like actually just show what their deck can do. But also with Marnie's event this weekend, it's terrible. Like we've lost 2 road to national events. And the downside for those as well is the gold prize cards for each of those events is just sitting there waiting to be opened.
Maybe they'll shred them. Like remember Sasha got a package before he joined the company of all the shredded.
Yes. Like, most people don't know that. Like, So Sasha, the champion, like got given a parcel that was filled with shredded tunics, like just absolutely shredded and used as packing material. So if anyone wants to know what LSS does to promos, they destroy them.
Yeah, no reprints around
here. They don't keep them. they destroy them.
Oh, man. Oh. Freezing. You feel that?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. I don't know. Well, hey, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much, Amol, for everything that you've shared with us and your thoughts on all the topics. And everybody go and check out Vagabond Games if you're in Auckland. We've got the city and the Takapuna.
What are you up to?
Thank you so much.